Okay, we are live with Mr. Andrew Palhetas, Rockstar investor coach. And at this point, Andrew has worked with hundreds of Rockstar members and investors, helping personally coach them through investing in real estate and ultimately living life on their terms. But I'm here with Andrew today because Andrew has built up his own portfolio, I'd say probably over the past 10, 15 years of investing. And it seems to me from the outside that he's finally starting to cash in on some of his hard work that he's put in. And he's made a lot of lifestyle investments. So recently, Andrew bought a Tesla. You got I would say, your dream home in Ontario. You've been doing a lot of Rolex and gold chain investing. You also now own 2 vacation homes in Turks and Caicos, along with Paul, another Rockstar coach. So my question to you is, how did you know it was time to switch from investing for returns, with all these rental properties and the other stuff you're doing, to now investing for lifestyle?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think that ultimately I got tired. But the longer you can hold out, because you're always going to want to do the investments, you're always going to want to buy the watches or the cars. Vacation properties was a bit easier to buy because you can justify it, because you can rent it out.
So is that what you do with your properties?
Yeah, like the 2 Turks and Caicos places are rented out, so those are vacation homes. So I kind of feel like they're a little bit of return on investment, return on lifestyle. So it's a little bit of both. And then the watches and then your own personal home. It's tough because you ultimately hit a point. I got a wife and 3 kids now, and we've sacrificed for long enough. But one piece of advice I can give people is that the longer you can live below your means, the better off you're going to be. It almost compounds. It's almost like for every month you can live below your means, you're going to live like a year better, right? So it's like just by sometimes waiting 6 months to a year on buying your own personal home or a fancy car or fancy watches or whatever, jewelry or something like that there's not much of a return on. The longer you can hold off, the better.
Okay, so then was it just a mindset shift for you where you were just like, look, like I'm just sick of the grind here. I just need some payoff to kind of make it worth it.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny when I'm laughing because the truth is that I was in my home and it was a decent home. Like I'll pick the one on moving to a newer home. I got a couple acres and I'm just kind of away from people because that's just my style. And I barely got any time off as it is because I'm always working all the time. And so I've got like 1 hour, maybe this is years, maybe 2-3 years ago now. So I have like 1 hour off and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit in the pool. I was going to lay there, relax. I got 1 hour, and then I got to get back to work. And I get my swim shorts on, I jump in that pool, I sit on the floaty, and then I was in a subdivision, and then there's this nice old lady, bless her, she's a nice old lady, but she's right behind me, like, hey, Andrew, oh. She starts talking to me about, I got a peach tree or something like that. And it's like, I mean, she meant well, but it's just like, damn, like I got like 40 minutes here now, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, I just want to lay down, like I just want to relax without being bothered, without talking to people. And I think that was actually the deciding point where I was like, no, I got to get out of here.
That was the last job.
I don't want to be bothered. Yeah, in my own backyard, just people leaning over the fence and talking to me in my own
So then
backyard.
that was the kind of impetus to make you then go and get that your new place where you have a lot more land, a lot more privacy, kind of out of the city a bit.
Yeah, it's just, you get to a point where I'm just like, okay, like I'm working too hard. I gotta, like, when am I going to enjoy this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So cars, I got to be honest, I've always really liked cars. I've just always been into cars. So, and I find that because I'm in my car so often, it's good to have a nice car. For me, I tried getting a more economical car once, and then I just didn't like it. Like if you work 16 hours a day at the office, and then you're walking back to a junk car, it just didn't make me happy.
Yeah, that's really important, I think, because you got to feel good about yourself. And it's not like these material things like necessarily make you feel good about yourself, but it's like a symbol of the hard work that you've put in.
Yeah, for sure.
So how important is that? Because
it's interesting. It's important for me personally, but it's totally ironic because I don't care about other people's cars or other people's watches or other people's stuff.
It doesn't impress you.
It doesn't impress me, no. If they've if they've created financial freedom and stuff like that, like there's people I look up to, right? That have created financial freedom and a lifestyle. But material items don't actually impress me. It's just a way for me to keep score.
Yeah.
So against myself. So if I'm going, like I finish a 16-day day at the office and I'm walking to my car and I like the car, then I smile a bit on my walk there and I'm like, oh, all right, this is why I work so hard. It's like a reminder of why I got to keep grinding.
Yeah. And cars are weird because it's like half experience and also half kind of material good because you get that experience every time you're driving a car and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then what do you tell investors and Rockstar members if they ever ask you about buying vacation homes or cottages and they want that return on lifestyle investment?
Yeah, as long as there's a return on lifestyle, I think it makes sense. And so the two properties we've got in Turks and Caicos, if I didn't love going to Turks and Caicos and spending time there with my family, and you know, a lot of you know I usually spend winters in Mexico, but now I've been transitioning to Turks and Caicos, and so this winter coming up, I'm going to be spending in Turks and Caicos instead of Mexico. So if I didn't love spending so much time down there, I wouldn't invest in Turks and Caicos. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like I've never
Because
been.
of the returns that you're getting.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of work. The returns aren't as good as just investing here. So, and I was just talking to an investor the other day on the phone. If you want a cottage in Muskoka because you love going to Muskoka, and then every summer you and your family go to Muskoka and you spend 10, 12 grand renting a place and going there and you spend a week or two in Muskoka anyways, then buying a place in Muskoka, Airbnb-ing it, and then blocking out your week, that makes sense. If you're never going to go to Muskoka and you're just like, nah, I'm going to go to Europe every summer, and then you're just going to Airbnb the Muskoka cottage, it doesn't really make sense, right? You can buy other stuff that's better, other properties that are better return on investment.
And closer to home too.
Closer to home, like, yeah, you just get something in St. Catharines, you get a property manager, and away you go.
Yeah. So it's really just, you got to lead with the lifestyle.
Lead with the lifestyle of what you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then if you can also make some income from that property, I guess you can have your cake and eat it too a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or at least help you afford that. Okay, so then now going forward, you're still investing in properties, but you're also making all these lifestyle decisions and stuff. How do you balance the two? Like I'm assuming still living within your means, right? But you're expanding your means at the same time. That's what it kind of seems like.
Yeah, exactly. So just keep expanding your means. Investing, buying more rental properties to keep expanding those. Converting some. I'm converting one single family right now into a duplex just to create more cash flow. And that's just kind of it. I mean, you're making those lifestyle choices to whether it's work less or whatever. I love to work, so I'm not going to work less. Yeah. But my wife and I were talking right now about keeping her home, and so she's going to stop working, and so because I don't want to retire anyways.
Oh, really? She's retiring?
Yeah, so she's going to I'm retiring her is what my joke is.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
But she's still going to work on the family business.
Yeah.
So
which is the investment?
Which is my kids. It's a family, it's a business.
Yeah, one day maybe they'll make some income.
Yeah.
It's probably a losing investment.
So she's like, what am I going to tell people if they ask what I do? It's like, you're going to say you run a family business.
Yeah.
If this family is a business. There's a lot. There's soccer, not only hockey, but there's soccer, swimming, baseball, sports, dance, regular stuff. So yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, cool, man. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to one day cashing in a little bit too.
You're doing great, man. You're on your way.
Yeah, that's it.